Hello guys, welcome to Code Studio. This is our second session in end-to-end machine learning project playlist where we will discuss about exploratory data analysis on a given data set of our problem statement, that is employee retention problem, and also we'll try to build a model. In previous session, we discussed what is life cycle of machine learning project, and also we see what is a problem statement we are going to work on in this playlist. You can check the previous session by clicking on the I button. Okay. So here is the data set for our problem statement, that is the employee data, okay, where we have a 9 input variables or a features like employee ID, satisfaction level, last evaluation, and the salary, etc. And one dependent variable or a label that is called left, okay. So here, if left column has a value of 1, that means employee is left, and 0 means employee is still continuing with the organization, okay. So now we will perform some exploratory data analysis to understand the data. So let us go to the Jupyter notebook and perform EDA. So this is our Jupyter notebook. So let us open the Python shell. So let us start the exploratory data analysis. So first of all, let me import all the required libraries. Now create a data frame to read the data set. So using pandas libraries, we can create a data frame. So let us run. Now check the data. So using a head method, we can check the data of data frame. So yeah, we can see the data now. Okay, so now we can see all the input variables as well as the dependent variable that is called left. Now we will see the data frame, the data types and the structure of these columns. Okay, so using info method, we can achieve that. So let us run this. Okay, so basically there are 10 columns. So 9 are independent variables and the 10th one is our dependent variable. Okay, also you can see the data type of each column. Now let us see the the shape of the data frame, like how many rows and how many columns. Anyways, like we have already seen how many columns are there, but we'll see the rows also. So using shape command, okay, we can achieve that. So basically we have a 14,999 number of rows and 10 columns, as we already seen. Now we will describe the number columns. Okay, so using a describe method we can achieve. So we will see what is the mean, the standard deviations, minimum, max of these number columns. So basically this is all about the basic information about the data frame. Okay, now what we will do, we will try to understand the individual features now. Okay, so we'll start from the categorical features first. Okay, then after we'll go through the number features. Okay, so first of all we have to know like what are the the features are categorical. Okay, so from the data you can see and say like the salary feature is having a categorical value. So this is one of the feature, the categorical feature. Okay, but there could be another reason, okay, situation where the feature will have a number values, but actually it behaves as another categorical feature. Okay, you can see from the the describe method. Okay, some of the features, okay, having a minimum and maximum. We'll try to compare this. Okay, so some of the features like the work accident and the promotion last year, you can see the min value is 0 and the max value is 1. It seems to be these two features having a values in between the 0 and 1. Okay, so we will see what are the unique values these two features have. So first of all we'll try with the work accident. So using a unique method, okay, we can find the all the unique values of that particular feature. Okay, so this is the command. So you can see 0 and 1. So basically 0 means employee made an accident, no, okay, did not made an accident, and 1 means employee made an accident. Okay, so basically these are the categorical values we could think. Similarly, we'll see the unique values of the promotion last 5 years. Okay, so the same kind of method on this feature. Okay, so let us see. So here also you see the only two values, that is 0 and 1. Okay, so this is also behave like the categorical. So first we will perform the EDA on these categorical columns, like the salary, work accident, and their promotion last 5 years. Okay, and we'll come up with some the takeaway from these features. So before that we will try to understand the employee range. Okay, for the output value called left. So we'll try to draw a graph on the employee count based on the target column called left. So using a Seaborn. So in Seaborn library, we have a method called count plot. Okay, this method is used to find the count of the categorical values. Okay, categorical columns, I would say. So this is the column on which I would like to pull out the count. So this is the command. Let us run. Okay. So from this graph, so we'll take or what will be the takeaway. So we can see, like, from the given data sets, so the number of people who left is less than the number of people who continuing the organization, right? So this is all this is our the takeaway. So let me note it down here. Okay, so in the training set, less people left. It means, like, it seems to be like there is an imbalance, right, in the data set. Okay, so now we will start with the categorical feature. So first of all, we'll take a salary. Okay, the categorical feature, we'll try to draw a counter plot for that. Okay, so the same method. Okay, so let me run this and we'll see the what will be the takeaway from this graph. So from the given graph, we can see, like, the low salary the employees are the count is very high compared to the medium and high salary people. Okay, so this is our takeaway. Now we will see the target column left. Okay, we will try to split the target column count based on the salary. Okay, so here is a method we need to use, that is the cat plot. Okay, so let me run this command. So okay, so this is the plot. So basically this x-axis will be your target column called left. Okay, and for each the column called salary. Okay, there are three values. Okay, categorical values. So based on these salary values, okay, these number of the target column got splitted. Okay, so as per the given graph, the takeaway would be, like, the low salaried employees having a high churning rate, right? So the low salaried employees are leaving and high. Okay, so now let me draw a count plot on the promotion last year. So from this graph, what is the takeaway? So simply we can see the non-promoted employee count is very high, as expected in every organization, right? Now we will draw a cat plot, okay, between our target column left and the promotion last 5-year feature. Okay, so basically we'll try to split the target column left over the for promotion last 5 years. So using this command. Okay, so let me run this. Okay, this is a graph. So takeaway from this graph is, these are your non-promoted employees. So non-promoted employee having a high churning rate or leaving the organization. Okay. Now plot the the count plot on the feature called work accident, and we'll see what is the takeaway from this. So from this graph, the takeaway is, very less number of people are there who made an accident in the organization while work. Okay. Now let's draw the cat plot on the between the target column and the work accident. So as for the graph, the takeaway would be, the employee who made a zero accident or no accident, the churning rate is high. It seems like this feature is not so much important because usually usually there could be a chance, like, the employee who made an accident in organization usually left. So it does not make any relation with that. So that's why I'm telling, like, it is a less important feature. So now we are done with the categorical features. Now we will try to see the the numerical features also. So usually we use two methods here, that is distribution and a box plot. Okay, the dist plot will be used to see the distribution about the feature values. Okay, so let us try to check with the another satisfaction level feature. So here is the command. Okay, so this is all about the distribution of our satisfaction level. So we'll see what is the takeaway from this graph. So the takeaway is, the satisfaction level value start for the range starts from around the 0.1 to 1. Okay, and it has a high value at the, would say like at the 0.1, I guess. Okay. Now, if you wanted to, see the distribution about your numerical features with respect to your categorical target column, okay, then you have to use a method called box plot. Okay, so let me run this command. Okay, so this will be the box plot method. Okay, the x value will be your target column and the y would be your satisfaction level. So let me run this. Okay, so what is the takeaway from this box plot? So you can see, okay, the satisfaction level, okay, which is having a very less, start from 0.2 to, around, I would say like a 0.5. Okay, so it has a high churning rate, right? So let's note it down. Okay, so now we'll go to the next feature. Now we'll draw a distribution plot on the number of projects, and we'll see what is the takeaway from this. Basically, the number of projects distributed from 2 to 7, and the highest is the 4. Okay, so let us draw the box plot. So from this box plot, you can say, the employee who is having, the number of project between 3 to 4. Okay, he'll let very less. Okay, so chances of, left of these employees will be very less. So let me note it down. So employee left when project count is high. Yeah, you can see, right? And retain who has a number of project between 3 to 4. Now let's draw a distribution plot on last evaluation. And see what will be your takeaway. So distribution of last evaluation start from, I guess, 0.4 or 0.3335, right, to the 1, and the highest is at, I guess, 5.55, I guess. Okay, so let me note down the takeaway. Now let me draw a box plot. And see what will be the takeaway from this graph, or the box plot. It seems to be not much impact, but I would say, like, employee left who has a highest, the max last evaluation values. Okay, so let me note it down this as well. Let me save this notebook. Now let me quickly draw the remaining features. Okay, I mean the distribution and box plot for the remaining features. Okay, okay, I already noted down the takeaway. Okay, so the average monthly hours distributed from 100 to 300, where it has a high count at the around 150. Okay, similarly the box plot for this. So I noted down the takeaway as well. So basically the employee left who has a high average monthly hours values. Okay, we'll see for the next feature. So here is the distribution plot for a time spent and its takeaway, and similarly the box plot for the time spent company and its takeaway. So basically employee left who has a high time spent time spent company feature values. Okay, you can see, right? So guys, this is all about the individual features, understanding of individual features. Okay, now we will try to see the correlation between these features. Okay, by drawing a heat map between these features. Now to see the correlation between the columns, okay, we have to use a method called cor. Okay, so this is a command, so it's my data frame. Okay, using this method, okay, we can build the correlation between the columns, and to plot it in a graph we have to use a method called heat map. Okay, so let me run this command and see what are the the correlation between the columns. Okay, this is my heat map for the correlated data. So from this heat map, you can correlate the the relation between the individual columns with respect to the target. Like like if the average monthly hour is growing, then the chances of the employee left also will be high. The similarly, if the satisfaction level is going decrease, okay, then also the number of chances of an employee to left will be high. Okay, so like this you can correlate the relation between the each column. We also draw in a pair plot to see the relation between individual the numerical columns. Okay, so we will see that as well. So let me draw a pair plot for this given features. Okay, so this is the command. So seaborn dot pair plot, and this is my data frame. Let me run this. So it takes some time. Okay, so this is my pair plot of these given features. So let us try to understand a few things on this from this graph. So this is my satisfaction level, right? So, and where is my target column? So here is the left. Okay, so let's start from 0 to 1. Okay, so now we'll try to check the relation between these two. So satisfaction level. Okay, you can see this is the satisfaction level is, if it is less, okay, it means there is a chance of high left. I mean, if the satisfaction value is less, okay, I mean, you can see from the point 2, if it is below point 2, okay, so there is a high chance of people left, okay, and if the satisfaction level is high, then there is a very less chance of people left. You can also compare, check the relation between the average monthly hours and the left. Okay, so who worked, the who has a average monthly hours is high. Okay, so they have a high chance of left the organization. Okay. So guys, that's all about the data analysis on a given data set. I hope you understand how to perform the EDA on the given data set. So there are multiple ways to do the perform the EDA. So this is one of the way what I try to explain you. Now next we will try to build a the basic models on this given data set. Okay. So guys, if you like my video, please click on like button and subscribe my channel.